Hey guys, how's it going? Author Daniel Coolbaugh here. I just want to talk more about the Iron Druid Chronicles. In particular, this video is going to focus on Shattered. All right, and if we're keeping count here, I've done every book in the series. I did an overall series video first, the Iron Druid Chronicles by Kevin Hearne, and why I loved it. So make sure you check out that video. And then this is going to be book 7. So I've already done the other books as well. These can be like more like spoiler free than just talking about like what I liked, why I liked them, that kind of thing. I'll probably have to, when I read back through, I'll probably have, and listen to them again, I'll probably have to do like spoiler edition reviews too, because the more I go over these, the more I'm like, oh, I really miss these books and miss this character, these characters, which leads me to this book, which is book 7, and that is Shattered. So blurb is: for nearly 2,000 years, only one druid has walked the earth, Atticus O'Sullivan. Now he's got company. Atticus's apprentice Granule is at least a full druid herself. What's more, Atticus has defrosted an archdruid long ago, frozen in time, a father figure of sorts who now goes by the modern equivalent of his old Irish name, Owen Kennedy. And Owen has some catching up to do. The jury's still out on whether the wily old coot will be an asset in the epic battle with Loki or merely a pain in the arse. But Atticus isn't the only one with daddy issues. Granule faces a great challenge to exorcise a sorcerer's spirit that is possessing her father in India. As the trio of druids deals with pestilence-spreading demons, bacon-loving yeti, fierce flying foxes, and frenzied fae, they're hoping at this time there's a charm. And this is what I love about Iron Druid Chronicles. So in the last book, we have Artemis and Diana. And we got like the Cult of Bacchus and a whole bunch of other people and things that I think are really cool within the series. But all of a sudden now we're switching to, some other mythologies here. So we have some Asian mythologies that I thought Kevin did a really, really good job with, brought in some interesting things. Owen Kennedy is going to be like top of the cake for me. Like, get to see Granule advancing in her powers. I think she's one of the best characters that was a secondary character and added as a main character because of her character, and particularly in Hunted and then Shattered, Staked, and really the rest of the series. I really loved her character in Scorched as well. So I'll talk about that when we get to that book. I don't want to ruin it or spoil anything. But in terms of her character, I think Kevin did an amazing job. I talked about it in a couple of videos back where, like, because of Granule's character, where he had her as a secondary character and then made her a main character, she was like one of my favorite characters that became a main character out of any book or movie or TV series. And that actually made me, in my own Monster Hunter series, want to add a character that was a secondary character, essentially. And then, I realized, hey, she's got more story here, so she's a main character now in my main series. And I'm going to be doing some novellas on her and stuff like that. So I really can't wait. But it's because of Granule's character. And it's particularly because of her character in Hunted and then in Shattered. I really loved her character in Stake too. I really think as soon as Kevin gets to her character and you get her as a main POV in particular, I really think it changes the whole series, and for the better. The other thing that it does is once we get Owen Kennedy and like Atticus's original mentor and Archdruid, his perspective also, like, the three of them are very different, see the world very differently, do different things, and while they know him pretty well and intimately, like, you can see there's like certain tensions and things, and that's really going to lead to some interesting storylines from this book really to the last couple of pages of Scorched, and it's really interesting. So yeah, I really liked this book also because we're going to India. We're checking out where I'm totally blanking on her name now. Where the the sorcerer's spirit that was inhabiting Granuel. We're really like seeing also where like she was from and those kind of things. And then we're gonna get to see some interesting mythological forces that's the best way I could describe it without giving it away, that Granuel's father, who is inhabited and possessed by this sorcerer spirit, that whole thing was really cool. The end battle is really cool. I really liked how the druids were trying to figure out how to stop the pestilence of the demons spreading. The bacon-loving yeti part, like, the Yeti part was just awesome. The Himalayas are there, right? And then we learned some interesting things about Atticus's past, like that. The Yetis themselves were just really, really cool. I wasn't expecting how cool they were going to be. And then, yeah, Flying Foxes and Frenzy Faye, both of those like sets are really cool. But really, I think it's like the expanding of the team. And we're getting kind of this Avengers style cast. Well, really, it's more like a Justice League style cast, right? With the big three. And I think it's really interesting. And it really starts to expand the story more because, like I said, you get the three POVs now. And I think that that is one of the best things that Kevin has ever done. And when we get from here to the end of the series, it's just a completely different series when you get those three POVs. And that's why I love Shattered. I thought Kevin did an amazing job tying things up from Hunted and expanding into Shattered. I don't know. I really loved Hunted, and I was on such a roll, and then I get to Shattered. And then I finished this book. My wife was on a trip. I remember specifically, I was like, oh, I'm going to wait till she's on her girls' trip. And I went because my buddy was working a couple doubles that weekend. Yeah, I grabbed Shattered like the Wednesday or Thursday before that, say goodbye to her. We were dating at the time, and I went home and I started Shattered on a Friday. And then once my friend got out of work, I took a break. I think I was about 40% of the way through. Got to Saturday and did some homework, got everything done earlier in the day, and then bam, I was done by mid-evening. Barnes & Noble was closed, by the way, by the time I finished this book. And I was so excited to get to Staked, but I actually had to wait till the next day. So then I rushed over the next day because Shattered was that good, and I picked up Stake and I started reading. I think I got like 20% of the way through Stake before my wife came back into town. So I was actually, it was a little bit, she came in I think a little bit later, so I was probably about 40% of the way. Yeah, so the last few books in particular after Hunted like really did not last me long. So you guys should check out Shattered, and I have this one signed by Kevin as well. And yeah, check out the main series video I have. Please check out, I think you guys should really check out the other videos obviously I've done, but also check out Kevin's blog, his website, his newsletter. He's always got really good things, but man, can this guy do research, and he always uses his research in really unique ways. So I was so blessed to, have messaged him pretty early on when I was writing several years ago, urban fantasy, and I asked like, hey, how do you do research? And he gave me some tips and gave me some websites and stuff, and was really, really awesome. So one of these days, I cannot wait to be done really soon with my prequel novella, because I can't wait actually to send the physical copies signed to him and his publisher so I can get them to him. And yeah, I hope at some point to interview him. Excuse me, I've been talking all day. And yeah, I definitely think you guys should check out Iron Druid Chronicles. Hounded was my first urban fantasy book that I read, and I absolutely loved it. Loved the series. And I was so blessed to meet Kevin the same year that I finished up book 8. Had him sign it. And then at some point, I can't wait for him to sign book 9. And then I can get some of the novellas and things like that, the collection of short stories. Signed as well. So hope you guys check everything out. Please subscribe to this channel. Please check out www.authordanielcoolbaugh.com. I have a lot going on this week because actually this will probably be, that's be the same week. July 27th, we will have my Kickstarter Arcane Awakenings, an urban fantasy anthology. It's myself and 17 other authors, urban fantasy authors, and we have 17 stories. One of them is co-authored by a duo and husband and wife, and we are really excited because that day, July 27th, we're going to reveal our cover for our anthology, and I'm so excited. I hope you guys check out our Kickstarter. It's going to drop September 13th, and we are so excited to give you an absolutely amazing product. I'm so proud that it's going to be the first one of my own press, Shadow Stained Press. Yeah, and the sky's the limit. So please check us out, and please check out that pre-launch link. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and as always, happy reading, my friends. See you guys.